Literary Essay, Lesson 4. Learning target. I can include reasons from the story to support my claim. Today we're going to reread the beginning of the story and find a reason that supports your claim. Then we're going to reread the middle of the story and find a reason that supports your claim. And lastly, we'll look at the end of the story and find a reason that supports your claim. Today's new vocabulary word is reasons, and reasons are statements or facts that explain why something is the way it is. So why someone does what they do, thinks, or says something. So during this lesson, we are going to be finding reasons for our claim that we created in lesson 3. And the claim that I came up with to use for this lesson is that sometimes helping others can offer a greater sense of accomplishment than winning. So throughout the rest of this lesson, I'm going to be coming up with 3 reasons that support that claim. So we're going to first start by looking at the beginning of the story. So I want you to either think back to the beginning of the story or reread the beginning of the story. And the story we are using is Raymond's Run. And I want you to come up with at least one reason that would support your claim. And we created our claims in lesson 3. So the first reason that I have come up with based on the beginning of our story is that the main character looks after her brother. And she even says this in the very first paragraph when she says that her one job is to look after her brother. So now we're going to be looking at the middle of our story. So I want you to think back or reread the middle of the story and come up with at least one reason that would support our claim based on the middle of our story. So the reason that I came up with based on the middle of our story is that the main character is protective of her brother, and we see this in the middle of the story when she's walking down the street with her brother and some girls come up to her and they try to start talking to her brother. She gets very protective and very defensive. So this is going to be my reason number 2. And lastly, we're going to be looking at the end of our story. So I want you to think back or reread the ending of our story and come up with at least one reason that is going to support your claim. The last reason that I came up with is that the main character is happier when she sees her brother running than when she wins the race. At the very end of the story, we see that the main character, she's finally running the race that she's been talking about the entire story, and she sees while she's running that her brother is also running along the fence, and she's just overjoyed that he is running the race with her. And we can tell that she's actually happier seeing this than when she wins the race. So now that we've come up with our 3 reasons that support our claim, we can work on creating our thesis. So what is a thesis? It is a sentence that states the main claim of an essay and is developed in the essay with evidence. And how do we write a thesis? We're going to start by taking our claim, followed by reasons that support that claim. So let's go over an example using the claim I came up with and the 3 reasons that I came up with. So let's just recap what our claim was, and our claim was that sometimes helping others can offer a greater sense of accomplishment than winning. And our 3 reasons were that the main character looks after her brother, the main character is protective of her brother, and the main character is elated when she sees her brother running. Now, let's combine our claim and reasons into one sentence. Sometimes helping others can offer a greater sense of accomplishment than winning because the main character in Raymond's run looks after her brother, is protected of her brother, and is happier when she sees her brother running than when she won the race. So I have taken our claim, and that is the first half of our sentence, and then I took our reasons and I listed them as the second part of our sentence. So claim, because, and then our reasons. This is going to be the very last sentence of your introduction paragraph, and this is going to tell the reader who's reading your paper exactly what the rest of your paper is going to be about. So that concludes lesson 4, and here are your exit ticket questions. What is a reason? Why do authors include reasons to support their claims? And what's the best reason that you produced to support your claim?